Hello, everyone. Douglas Waltz, Old Man Comic Books. Yes, it's another double episode issue, whatever you want to call it. So we have a large amount of books. Let's get busy. First up, we have number 26 of Miles Morales, Spider-Man. Cody Ziegler's our writer. Federico Vicentini. And this is one long, drawn-out fight with Vulture. OG Vulture. Artwork is gorgeous. His granddaughter is Starling, and he thinks that he needs to take care of Miles because Miles is still a vampire. So, you and me, they need to fix the vampire thing. It's not my kind of thing. Moon Knight, Fist of Khonshu. Number 2, I love this cover. That is a great cover. Jed MacKay is our writer. Our artist is Alessandro Cappuccio. And it's Moon Knight actually reaching out to other people like Tony Stark and stuff like that. Because they're looking for drugs. So, I still love that 8 Ball's part of the team. So, that's a good thing. And the artwork is phenomenal. As always, look at that. Isn't that pretty? So, you know, it is Moon Knight. So, it's just Tiger's back. And they have to get help from one of the smartest people on the planet. And I'm not going to tell you who it is. Godzilla Rivals. They're always a number 1. Here's your number 1. This is King Ghidorah versus Space Godzilla. Our writer is Dave Baker. Our artist is Kevin Anthony Catalan. And it is a very long, drawn-out fight between King Ghidorah and Space Godzilla. 2 pretty big heavy hitters. And these people going into this place where supposedly no one is alive because this one person knows that his father is alive. Because you always have to have the backup, the human story. So, it's a pretty good adventure. I do like that. They do announce something that sounds interesting. A new quarterly Godzilla series in February is Godzilla vs. America. First stop, Chicago. Marvel did that a while ago. I showed you that book. Alright, another one-shot. Knuckles. Knuckles is 30. Looks pretty good for 30, doesn't he? Alright, story is Ian Flynn. Pencils are Aaron Hammerstrom. Inks are Rick Mack. And it's Knuckles on the floating island, and what a great job he thinks that he's doing. And then he runs into someone else that's in charge of another area. Let's see. Trip. Her name is Trip. And she doesn't like the armor she has to wear that's considered traditional armor. And it's her and Knuckles. He's training her the way he'd be trained, and realizes that doesn't work for everybody. Still a good book. This thing is huge. What do they charge me for this thing? Hold on. It's only $6. Usually these are $8. Daredevil. Daredevil number 15. There's the Kingpin. Good thing he got gone a while back. Remember that? When he was gone? Saladin Ahmed is our writer. Luigi Zagaria is our artist. And it's Matthew having trouble with his being a superhero and his faith. I also think I saw Arcade in this, so we'll see how that goes. So they have a very long conversation about faith, and our priest is pretty much making fun of him because, well, you know, he gets it wrong. And then he's attacked, and it looks like he's dead, but he's not. So, it's Daredevil. Art is awesome on that. Oh, I don't read that one. Here we are, Godzilla number 5 of Godzilla's Skate or Die. I like this book. I like this book a lot. Written and drawn by Louis Joyce. It is come down to the wire. It is time for our skater punks from Australia to do what they can to honestly help Godzilla. The artwork is great. There's so much movement in a still picture that makes it a really, really good book. I'm a little sad that it's over, but the skater punks from Australia saved the day. This is a great Godzilla book. All right, Barbarella number 2. Yes, that's obviously a Joseph Lisner cover. He draws women quite well. Script is by Blake Northcott. Art and colors by Anna Morozova of Magnus Arts. Apparently she wanted the credit to go like that. So last we left Barbarella, she was trapped on a planet that's like a reality show. Oh, here, just one little thing to interrupt this particular review. The legendary team of intergalactic cyber heroes soars back into action. That's right, folks. Silverhawk's getting its own series. I couldn't be more excited. So anyway, back to Barbarella getting off the planet. And the artwork, I gotta tell you, they're doing a great job here. Look at this. That's so awesome. Very intergalactic, very, you know what I mean? But yeah, this was a good one. We get another issue. They usually break these into 5-issue arcs. So you always get a new number 1 once in a while. So that the people who have to have those get their fix. Phases of the Moon Knight number 4, because he's a Moon Knight. For now, by, believe it or not, Fabian Nicieza. I don't know. He's a famous comic book writer. Moises Hidalgo is the artist. Blood Moon, Blood Brothers is by Tom Waltz. That's my name. My name's not Tom, it's Doug. Alright, artists are Ken Lashley and Brian Level. So our first story takes place in 1882 Egypt, and I gotta say again, the artwork for this particular Moon Knight, it's a female Moon Knight fighting against evil and trying to keep the secret from her father, who would not approve. But the artwork is very nice. This is a good thing. And written well, Fabian, so hasn't lost his chops. It's always a good thing. And there's a neat final picture of her cloak wrapped around the moon. Like that'd be a heck of a tattoo to have on somebody who was a Moon Knight person who liked tattoos. The second episode or story or whatever you want to call it, also excellent artwork. Vampires. It even goes back to what was his name? Varnai, the first vampire. But at the time that this ancient Moon Knight talked to him, he called himself Baal. So these are both really good historical Moon Knight stories. Well done. Everybody involved. Good job. Another one shot. It's Jeff. And it's Venom War Jeff. Let me find our... is it in the back? Hold on, kids. No, that's not it. That's not it. Alright, let me... here we are. Thank you. Kelly Thompson is our writer. Our artists are Guri Huri. And they're going to go out for an adventure. And he wants to wear a costume. Unfortunately, he then gets attacked by a Venom symbiote piece. The girl Hawkeye, Gwenpool, America, Although, as we've discussed before, I think her name should be pronounced America, which is what it would be anywhere else. And Jeff helps save the day, getting the symbiote war stuff that gets on people, all over people, gets it off of them. And Jeff's interesting because he's not affected by the symbiote other than he gets its powers. He retains all of his own consciousness. So someone might want to look into why that's a thing. Because he's the only one doing it. I'm going to say, oh, I don't care. Alright, we are on number 3 of Popeye. I Lie Popeye. And I love this cover. Classic look. Everything. There was another cover and I didn't want it. Story and art by Marcus Williams. When last we left Popeye, he was getting his butt beat, but now everyone is getting like amped up. Olive Oil's got magical powers. Bluto's got some extra stuff going on because they're constructs. They understand that they're this is how they represent themselves in this particular place at this particular time. That's why spinach works on Popeye. That's why Bluto is a big doofus. That's why Olive Oil is Olive Oil. The Sea Hag even shows up. Pappy shows up. The little guy with the big nose. I'm not gonna remember his name. Sorry, kids. And Olive gets a new eyeball. So they have to. Well, here I'll just cut to the short of it. We get a new person introduced. Wimpy shows up, one panel. So I'm hoping to see more of Wimpy next issue. This is a great book. Someone worked really, really hard on the basic concept of how this particular story works. The mechanics of the story. And I can't tell you how much you need to read these. This is number 3, so I don't think you're going to have any problem getting back issues. This is the only comic book I'm not complaining about the price. $4.99. You know? Ooh, I am going to save that one for last. We're getting close to the end of another one, though, folks. This is issue 7 of the magnificent Ultra Mega. James Herron, creator, artist, writer, and our Ultra Mega it's just an all-out fight at this point. There's so much literal fighting going on, and he's Ultra Mega, so even when they try to do things to him, it doesn't really work. There's one panel where he's getting his head chewed on by a kaiju, and he's just like he has better things to do. So it's just a great book, and I don't know how they're going to wrap it up. I don't care. It'll be fine. But at the same time, it makes me wonder if this is something that he would continue with. It's very, very... It's like just... Okay, so there used to be a guy, and I'm going to get his name wrong, Kevin O'Neill, who did a comic book called Nemesis that had Torquemada in it. It was from 2000 AD. Not the year, the name of the comic book is 2000 AD. The company is 2000 AD. That's what the art style reminds me of. But then it's Ultraman. It's Ultraman with just this sick, twisted art style, which makes it even better. Not a giant Ultraman fan, but I like a little Ultraman. Who doesn't like a little Ultraman? Amazing Spider-Man number 62, the second of the 8 deaths of Spider-Man. When last we left and here, let me just show you this panel. Look at this thing. You see that? The whole book, which is written by Joe Kelly, Ed McGuinness is our penciler. Our inkers are Cliff Rathburn, Mark Farmer, and Wade Von Grawbadger, which makes me think that these are weekly and they don't got time for it. So they've got to get it done fast. It's so classic Spider-Man. I mean, the artwork, the Peter acting the way Peter does. It's just classic Spider-Man, and he has to fight another of the Satorax And when he dies, then Phil Coulson, which I'm still not great on the Phil Coulson being the embodiment of death thing. It just doesn't work for me. But it's just classic Spider-Man, and this isn't actually a book that I wasn't looking forward to. I wasn't looking forward to the new arc. I mean, it's completely the polar opposite of the previous wonderful arc with the Romita art on it. Completely different. The tone's different. The writing's different. Well, it's a different writer, that's why. So, it's only issue 2 of the particular thing. You can get in on it. So, issue 15 of Power Girl. Power Girl. In the writer is Leah Williams. Artist is Adriana Milo. And Ejecta. This one here. That big girl. Who's been causing some fuss for Power Girl. This is her origin story. And it's a little disturbing. I do like that. Okay, I don't like the Asgardian aspect because we already did this in Wonder Woman. It feels like they're beating Asgard to death in this DC universe. Hunan and Munin, Odin's crows. Power Girl's boyfriend can talk to them. I love that they're just glowy crow outlines. See that? See that? With the words in them. It made me laugh when they were flying away and the only word you could see was flap. Flap, 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 flap. Because they're helping someone else fly. So that's why you have to have the flap in there. So yeah, anyways, I don't know. I'm going to ride out the storyline and see what happens next. Hopefully the storyline does not take very long. For you kids out there, issue 4 Sesame Street. The Amazing Mumford's Card Trick. Written by Joey Esposito, illustrated by Sean Dave. And it's the gang and Mumford. And if you ever watch Sesame Street in your life, or you have a little one that would love Sesame Street, this is the book to do it. They even dropped the price to $3.99 for the kid book. Alright, I've been very excited about this, so I waited for last. So we have West Coast Avengers #1. Yes, I am one of those people that really, really like West Coast Avengers. So, let's run down the team, shall we? We have Firestar. We have War Machine. We have Spider-Woman. We have Iron Man. Yes, it's Tony Stark. Yes, this is the Scarlet Centurion armor from West Coast Avengers in the old days. Yes, they explain why. And Ultron. Yes, Ultron's one of the good guys. So that's the entire premise of it. And it's gonna be weird. This book is gonna be weird. Did I say who did the work and stuff? I don't know if I did. Writer Jerry Dugan. Artist is Danny Kim. The artwork is gorgeous. I love when he has to get his armor and it doesn't have any power currently. So he jury rigs a pair of car batteries next to the suit by just taping them on and hooking them in. Because of course Tony would figure that out in the short period of time he's locked in a warehouse being chased by bad guys. This is... Oh, and it says Blue Bolt's in it. I don't see Blue Bolt on the cover, which is odd if he's going to be in the team. But, yep, this is a great book. Issue 1 just came out. Go get it. You can thank me later. Alright. Let's do the thing. The thing with superhero. That's a big stack. That's 2 weeks. So, let's see. As much as we like it, I don't believe this Sesame Street are superheroes. They can be heroes. But I don't believe that they'll be superheroes. It's just not a thing. Ah! We count Jeff as a superhero? We absolutely count Jeff as a superhero. Do we count Barbarella as a superhero? We absolutely count Barbarella as a superhero. Oh, let's see, superhero. Do we count Knuckles as a superhero? I think I told Sonic no, so we have to go with that. Godzilla's not a superhero. Moon Knight, and Miles. So, non-superhero books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reasonable. We already know who won at this point, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. Superheroes win this week. Let me put these back here. There we go. All right. You know the drill. There are a million places to go read a comic book. I will say this every time I put on a show. Every show will tell you, go to the library for free. Go to your local comic book shop. In Kalamazoo, we have Fanfare. Fanfare has a nice thing. Every year, you give them $5. They give you 20% off all new books that come out that week. That can be anything from a book like this to a $125 giant, enormous book. There you go. There's so many places. You can go online. You don't have to read superhero comic books. There were some non-superhero comic books in here. There's manga if you like manga instead. There's so many options for reading a comic book, and reading a comic book counts as, believe it or not, folks, reading. And reading is important. It's important for your brain. It's important for just you in general. Read something. I'm not talking about reading your phone, unless you're reading like fiction and stuff like that, or even historical, like a book on the phone. I guess you can do that. I can't do that. This is why it's called Old Man Comic Book Reviews. Kids can't do it. So yes, go read a comic book. Go read something. Read something. Read a regular book. You cannot listen to me at all, although I don't know why you still be watching. Read a regular book. Read all sorts of things. It's good for you. It's good for this. It's good for you. Takes you to magical places. Ooh. Yeah, that was dumb. All right. So, until next time, I think we have a lot of books. I'm going to try to make sure I don't skip next week's show. Here it is. Look at it. Ooh, you almost can't see me if I do it like this. All right. Go read a comic book.